Shall we start?
Kindly let the focus shift to graphs.
This is Rama Reddy, Professor of Information Technology Department, NIT Western Bangalore. And our special interest group is related to soft computing, and our group head is Dr. Sri Chandrasekhar from IIT Madras. And my colleagues are Dr. Subramanian from NIT Madras and from various colleges. And we'll be dealing with the preamble with reference to the different topics related to soft computing in terms of fuzzy sets and rough sets, neural networks, support vector machines, and evolutionary computing in terms of genetic algorithms and other important swan intelligence algorithms. So the main approach is to use the top-down approach right from the application, how we will construct this application, and what type of these soft computing techniques can be used for this particular application, and accordingly the students will be trained based on these objectives. So the objectives are as follows. So at the end of this course, students must be able to achieve these learning objectives. So the first objective is to see that the students can conceive and list some of the important applications relevant to the soft computing. So obviously, as the students are from the background of computer science and information technology discipline students, so they have to give various applications, particularly related to it may be related to mobile network networks or wireless sensor networks or the cloud computing, or now the latest trends are towards big data analytics, particularly related to this audiovisual and emotional analytics in online and behavioral aspects, particularly in office environment and other important applications. That includes the speech and the image and video processing applications. It may not be these applications. And how the students can select any one of these soft computing techniques, and how these students can apply the most appropriate soft computing technique. So that depends on the application, and he has to identify and he has to apply the most important application. So the students must understand typical solutions and the concerned results based on these real world complex problems. So using soft computing techniques to solve these real world complex problems, how the students are obtaining the solutions. So finally, all the concepts, operations, and the algorithm approach towards implementation of all these soft computing techniques related to all the said list of the soft computing techniques can be learned by the students. So these are the important objectives of this particular course. So what are the prerequisites for learning this soft computing technique? So we have to start with the important subject like mathematics in terms of linear algebra and matrices, basic probability and statistics, that includes the base theorem, and from the algorithms and complexity, with reference to we will not go into too much details of these algorithms and complexity, particularly related to P and NP complexity problems when we are using neural networks and other issues. How will we will be dealing with the complexity analysis, and we have to also consider the discrete mathematics in terms of classic sets and relations and logic, and the learning concepts. Then this layered neural network concepts, feed-forward neural networks. Particularly, the heart of this neural network is the backpropagation learning algorithms. and if possible we can focus on this radial basis function networks if possible. And now we know that support vector machines are being widely used in most of the applications. So obviously we need to consider support vector machines also for various applications. And the main issue related to the hyperplanes with reference to decision boundary surface, and two important categories of SVM, particularly linear SVM, that is binary SVM and multi-class SVM, and different structures. If possible, we can also consider non-linear SVM. That is also depend upon the time constraint. And we have to consider the evolutionary computing, particularly genetic algorithm. One such application, we can easily give the complete idea of application of evolutionary algorithm in terms of genetic algorithm. Have a balanced role of the teacher, students, and we will focus on teacher-centric through mentoring, through lecturing, using different videos like NPTEL videos, YouTube videos, Khan Academy videos, and particularly animation, particularly we have virtual lab using Solve, other things. So we can also use such wonderful lab exercises through teaching labs. And how we will motivate the students towards self-learning, towards the independent learning. So we can encourage the students towards seminars on a particular topic, and also some simple assignments, so that the students will learn this oral as well as written communication skills, and also they will understand those topics related to student-centric self-learning. And
a very good afternoon to all of you. In continuation with yesterday's discussion about our topic information security, we have added up some more details to it. Let us present this. Jaidar, Aruna, Suhasini, Srinivas, Satish and myself, Nalini. These are the contents which follow lab experiments and research problems. The objective of the course is information security is to impart information security and solutions to secure the information. The outcomes would be at the end of the course, students should be able to understand the attacks and threats on information, legal, ethical and professional issues in information security, risk assessment, planning for security, security technologies like firewalls and VPNs, security technologies like intrusion detection, access control and other security tools, cryptographic methods, information security and its maintenance. So as I mentioned, some of the information you should get from the textbook also, which covers all aspects of information security, what we call it as spheres of security. It covers the whole information at the core and followed by covered by, encircled by systems, network, internet. There will be people also. It's bifurcated into people and technology. The host IDs, then patches and upgrades, monitoring the system, redundancy analysis, all these things along with the people. People also needs to be given education and training, policies and laws to be made known to the people. Security plannings, all these things together, put together will cover the information security. So therefore technology and people are a part of those who dwell in information security. The syllabus is also detailed about this. The need for security, threats, attacks, secure software development, legal, ethical and professional issues in information security, risk assessment, planning for security, security technologies like firewalls and VPNs, security technologies like intrusion detection, access control, other security tools, cryptographic methods like cipher methods, cryptographic algorithms, tools, protocols, etc. Then physical security, security and personal information security maintenance, all these things will cover the information security syllabus. Lab experiments also we had discussed, some more details about that. Traffic analysis should be imparted as a lab experiment. Generating on ciphers, standard data sets and analysis for attacks, writing rule sets and policies in firewalls, simulation of honeypots, honeynests and pedestal systems, simulation of network intrusion detection systems and host intrusion detection systems, key generation, distribution and management, simulation of protocols for secure communication, simulation of viruses and worms, simulation of cryptanalysis, disaster management techniques, ethical hacking, simulation tools for security, digital signatures, cloud security, biometrics, all these things will cover a part of information security. We also propose, after discussion with our team members, research areas in information security, generation of random numbers,